Like you said, it's a short session, not 45 minutes. Maybe as much as your heart is open, I'll go on. Maybe for 450 minutes also. So come. Take a deep breath. So supposed to be outdoors by seeing faces. But since we can't go outdoors, you can even sit on the floor, please. Because when I was performing 10 years back, I realized somebody's on the stage, we're all WhatsApping and Instagramming from the back. But who's going to see our faces? For 3 years, we didn't see faces. Can we see faces for the next few minutes? And not machines and papers, but faces. So come closer. This is my marketing for my session, that's all. Please do. Hashtag Instagram also. I know some of you have been before for the last few days. Thank you for coming again. Can you all, coming from Chennai and studying in Chennai, one of the first songs I learned was a Gujarati song. You know which song? Say together. Louder! So, can I teach you one song from South India? Yes or no? Don't worry, it's just an over. You don't. So just say, Huttiya bande, Yellamma nagi, Nina maduviya madi, Kotarava, Jamadagniಗೆ. Very simple song, 3 lines. That's all. Huttiya bande, Yellamma nagi, Nina maduviya madi, Kotarava, Jamadagniಗೆ. You know who Jamadagni is? Huh? Can we go outside the textbook for this story? Yes or no? Huttiya bande Yellamma nagi, Huttiya bande Yellamma nagi, Nina maduviya madi, Kotarava Jamadagniಗೆ. Huttiya bande Yellamma nagi, Nina maduviya madi, Kotarava Jamadagniಗೆ. The song is about 5 hours. But today we look at the clock and live time, right? Who's going to sit for 5 hours? So I'll finish this in 15 minutes. And I like the song saying Huttiya bande, and I'm going to summarize because I can't do it vernacular because this is a language that comes from North Karnataka. You remember last year in the Padma Shri somebody did this to the President of India? I learned it from her student. Manjama Jogati student, her name is Shilpa Mudibi. I learned from Shilpa. And we used to learn in Kaban Park, you know how we used to sing? Not like, Huttiya bande Yellamma nagi. Our mouth, she said, open your mouth. Oh, can you all open your mouth? Huttiya bande Yellamma nagi, Nina maduviya madi, Kotarava Jamadagniಗೆ. Huttiya bande Yellamma nagi, Nina maduviya madi, Kotarava Jamadagniಗೆ. Once upon a time, there lived a Raja. Don't ask me ranis because ranis are only out of syllabus. If I ask you kings, you'll give me 10, 15 kings, but give me 5 ranis of India except Manikarnika, Rani Lakshmi Bai and Jhansi Rani. Without Googling. Ahilyabai was the Prime Minister. Little bit history I went and Googled because storyteller also, beauty of storytelling is... Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, faster. Very slow, no? Even history class also we are slowing down. Razia Sultana was Sultan Razia Khan because Sultan is the name of a man. So she didn't use the word Sultan because they say Razia Sultan didn't like to be called Razia Sultan. Go ahead. And this was Renuka Raja. And Renuka Raja will live in a 1 BHK or a 5 BHK or in a palace. Don't go to Baroda and tell me how a palace looks. Because in those days, kingdoms, if you say kingdoms, what about queendoms? English is a very funny language, right? Yes or no? Only kingdoms. What is the other word? Princely states? How many? So Razia Sultan was a princess or a prince? So her should be called princessly state, no? Yes or no? And her should be called queendom or kingdom? Have you ever heard of this term, queendom? It's okay, come back. And those were days when kingdoms and queendoms were not as large as Baroda and Mysore, but kingdoms and queendoms were even this room size. Because communities were much smaller. And so lived Renuka Raja and Renuka... No. Mother is... You have to go a little because they say 20 different names as they travel from Karnataka to Andhra because they make up the name because they say what's in a woman's name, it's an emotion. And Renuka Raja and Mrs. Renuka Raja had a daughter. And you see, her name is also Renuka Rani. Can you say hi, Renuka Rani? ಹೊಟ್ಟಿಯ ಬಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲಮ್ಮನಾಗಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಮದುವೆಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರ ಜಮದಗ್ನಿಗೆ. And the first line of the song after this goes, Renuka Raja ninna tande, Bhogavati ninna tayi. So what's the Raja's name? I told you, Renuka Raja. And the next line is the Rani's name, Bhogavati. And Bhogavati is also the name of rivers. You see in Indian rivers, except Brahmaputra, everybody else, don't go. And Renuka Raja ninna tande, Bhogavati ninna tayi. Tayi, mother. Hurtiya banda hurt. And it goes from that, it goes in very high pitch, but today I'll save you from that because if I'm going to skip every line, I'll tell you it takes about 55 hours. And when Renuka Raja and Bhogavati were living, they had a nice little cute little girl. And what do the girls do in a palace and what are they supposed to do? But this Renuka Rani learned. And you know this instrument? What is it called? What's it called? Have you not seen it? You see, Indian instruments out of syllabus. Foreign saxophone in syllabus. No, in India it's called Gogona in Assam. Because there it's also... Because a queen in Assam used to use this. And when somebody saw her coming... Utility. Multiple usage. And sometimes you can also do this with this. Or you can do this. What all you can do with this? Design thinking. And this little princess was playing with instruments and learning how to do what to do to become the next ruler. And that was the time there came a man called Agastya Muni. You see, Agastya Muni comes in all stories in India. And you see, and that is how history is passed on through a Sutradhar. And Agastya Muni is tall or short? And you see how the shorter you are, the more anger goes from Ahmedabad to Hyderabad, no? And Agastya Muni, Angabad, bah! And Agastya Muni came into the house and little Renuka said, Daddy, Mummy, I love this uncle. Can I get him something to drink? And this uncle said, get me water from the Bhogavati river. And she ran. And she ran because she wanted to satisfy Agastya. Satisfying men has always been stories, right? And she ran so much that she ran to Bhogavati river. And while coming back, she saw this man who was meditating, who had six-packs abs, who had beard like him, who had eyes like him, and who smiled like him. And he closed his eyes. And she looked at him, but he didn't look at her. And she tried to go near him. And his hair and sweat were dripping from the top to the bottom. And she could smell him. So what? You can't... you meditate, don't sweat. Where do you meditate? In AC yoga centers? And in those days, people didn't use deodorants to smell each other, right? And even now, if you go to the forest, tigers and, other than lions, not tigers, other animals, they all smell their children or put deo spray on the children. And so with the sweat, she could know who it was. It was one of the disciples of Shiva. And it was Jamadagni. And Jamadagni was meditating. Oh, Shiva, it will be straight. Because you see, Shiva will always be like this. It can't be like this, no? And he was meditating, and his gridlocks were like coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And she went near him and said, will you marry me? He didn't even look at her. What audacity. But she can't message him because there's no WhatsApp and Instagram. She couldn't even take a selfie and put it in saying that he didn't talk to me. So story fast forward. She went back home, asked Agastya, gave water to Agastya, and Agastya said, Beti, ask whatever you want. She said, I want to marry Agastya. And they got married. Don't ask me how and like that only. Fast forward. Because in oral tales, you can't ask why and how because it's not analytically proved. No? Because in India, people tell stories from here or here. And that time too much of logic sometimes doesn't work when emotions come. And they got married and they have 7 children. Don't ask me how also. And after some time, and she started doing work for him to get his. It's not 2013. So don't ask me again why love. And for one of that, she used to get water from the river and back and back and back and back. And one such time when she went to fetch water, and she has to make the pot of water in mud and place a snake on top of it and get it back to him before he used to finish meditating. What audacity this man has, you know? And she followed. And as she did it every day, one day she saw the water. And in the water she saw 2 fishes. And these 2 fishes were coming close to each other. And she looked at them. And she went on her own thought. And these 2 fishes were kissing and cuddling and hugging and dancing and swimming. And some thought of her, tap! The pot broke. And this man got to know this because he had 7th sense and 8th sense and 9th sense also. And out of the 9th sense, he got to know that she had broken the pot. And he sent their son. First son said no. Second son said no. Because you know what he asked their son to do? Mummy kachak. And sometimes when daddy says, you can't have a lot of arguments with daddy, right? And daddies won't even tell you sentences. Daddy will tell you in one word, A-O-K, tak. And of all the sons, the last son said, Daddy, let me get your brownie first. What should I do? And father said, go do kachak to mama and come back. He went and kachak, mama dead. And he came back. But now he said, Mama, I want my mama back. And he went to the father. He didn't go to the mother to ask mama back. And he said, Daddy, I did for you, but I want mama back. And father said, I can't bring mama back, but I can give you magic potion. All you have to do is take water, spray on her, she'll come back to life. But wait, what happened was, by the time he was running to catch her, she started running away. She knew that this, you see, sometimes we are not the same inside and outside. And this son was running behind her mother. And little Renuka saw the son and she ran. And she ran and ran and ran. And sometimes mothers and sons, as mothers tell sons take some time to listen. But when they understand it, sometimes the mothers and parents might not be there. And this mother was running. And she said, Beta, your father... And she tried, but when somebody is angry, can you explain to them about logic and reasoning and all? All you have to do is run. And she ran. And she ran and she ran and she ran. She knocked every door. But all the doors said, your Jamadagni is Renuka. We can't open the door because Jamadagni will come and kachak. But there was only one door that was open. And this was a washerwoman's house. Which means, or You fill the blanks. And the door was open and she entered that house. The washerwoman said, Renuka, come, I shall take care of you. And this son went inside and saw 1 or 2 women. And instead of 1, he saw 2. But in the anger, when in anger do you pause and reflect? And he took, and he did, and both their heads. And fast forward again, he went to daddy. And he got the magic water and he took into the same hut. And now he saw 2 bodies or 1 body? 1 head or 2 head? And he put the water on each of the head. But he put it on one head and he saw the body of Renuka. And sometimes a lot of children, how many of us have seen a mother's legs? How many of you have seen a mother's shoulder? Sometimes you only see a mother's face, and this fellow's only seen the mother's face and took the mother's head and put it on the body and took the other head and put it on the other body and said, Mama! And the mama said, which mama? Because cut copy paste went wrong. He had pasted mama's head on the other lady's body and the other lady's head on mama's body. Now who's the mother? You remember, if some of you know literature, Hayavadana, do you know Girish Karnad's? The head of somebody and the body of somebody, and he had taken Renuka's head. And now is it Renuka Devi? And now both of them got up and sat down. And they said, hey, what did you think you were doing? Who will be Renuka? What do you think? Will it be the one with the head or one with the body? What do you all think? Body. What else? Who else? Neither. Both. And this confusion is a big confusion, right? And so she said, it's okay, I will answer the question, don't worry, it's out of syllabus again. And she said, now from today, Renuka will be two people. And Renuka will be two people. The one with the head and the body of the washerwoman will be called Yellamma. The one with the head of the washerwoman and the body of Renuka will be called Mariyamma. And one of us will go north and one of us will go south, and the one in Karnataka and Andhra and Telangana, if you keep walking and walking and going, you will not find them in temples with gopuras that hit the sky. You will find them under tree corners. You will find them in street corners. You will find them in traffic signals. Not when you go on a car and a bike and an Uber and Ola, but only if you walk you will find such temples. Even in Ahmedabad, don't you see trees where it's yellow smeared and a Devi is sitting over there? Next time don't pass. Ask that story. They will tell you a story which is not in any book. And next time you ask somebody else about that same story, they'll give you another version. Because in India, history doesn't own, the old oral history doesn't sit with one person. And when she became Yellamma, she said, I will become the mother of those who don't have homes, of those who don't have a belonging, of those who can't have an identity, who are not accepted by the rest of the world. And they will sing my song and come and belong to me. They can call me their mothers. One of them is the transgender communities. And they sing even today, Yola kolladaga iruvala yamma nijatari nodarumba, Yellamma ata adanuba. Yola kolladaga iruvala yamma nijatari nodanuba. Pa means come. Yellamma ata adanuba. Voda voda hanutta hadanuba. Yola kolladaga iruvala yamma nijatari nodanuba. Yellamma ata adanuba. Voda voda hanutta hadanuba. And as you go down south into Tamil Nadu, what language? Oh, we can't talk about language also. What is the literature that happens there? The Tamil. And in Tamil they'll say Mariyamma, right? Mariyamma, Mariyamma, Deviyamma, Deviyamma, Yenna kaka vanda magamayi, Yenna kaka veppa magamayi. And these songs are not sung in a very close with a mic. They're sung in a blast. And can you all now understand why I said open your mouth and sing? Because these songs don't exist in even radio sometime. Because every time somebody sings, the tune will change. The words will change. There's no copyright. Because in India, oral literature has no copyright. Because you own it now, because I've given it to you. Huttiya bande Yellammanagi, Nina maduviya maadi, Kotara vajama dagnige, ಹೊಟ್ಟಿಯ ಬಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲಮ್ಮನಾಗಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಮದುವೆಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರ ಬಜಮ್ಮದಾಗ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟಿಯ ಬಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲಮ್ಮನಾಗಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಮದುವೆಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರ ಬಜಮ್ಮದಾಗ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟಿಯ ಬಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲಮ್ಮನಾಗಿ. And the Mata that is in Ahmedabad, you know that Mata? Mata ki Pacheri? What Mata is that? What's her name? Ambe, some people say, some people said Melody. Same goddess. But next time you go, she will tell you a story, and in that story, she will also say, for me, there is one tree. Because in India, if you go to any of the cities, these worshipping places will be under a big building or under a tree. And if the Devi is not there, what would you have done to the tree? Now is conservation separate in India? Is ecology separate in India? All conservation, ecology can be combined. And in our folk deities, you will see, they all will have one Vahana and one flora and one fauna. Which came first? Flora, fauna. And if you go a little longer, you will see that these Devis were the ones who fought their wars. How do we know that? If you go to Andhra and Telangana, there is a jatra called Sarakka, Samakka, they say, Saralamma, they say, Jatra. After the Kumbh Mela, 1.5 crore people congregate. And they say, you remember the Kakatiyas dynasty? Who was the queen of the Kakatiyas dynasty? Out of syllabus. Rudramma Devi. And remember the Warangal fort? She fought from there. And her grandson Pratap fought a small little tribe called the Koya tribe. And the Koya tribe was led by Samakka, Saralamma. And they both had to go and they had to fight. And because the Kakatiyas had small or big, they were big. And the mother saw the daughter, the son, everybody in mounds of blood. And she became a mountain of red vermilion, they say. And from that day onwards, what started as 50 Koya dynasty people meeting every day became 500, became 5,000, and today it's become 1.5 crores, not for them, for selfies. And wasn't she a queen? Should queens only come from palaces? Isn't this a little bit of a history? But you see, and sometimes to transfer the history, they use songs. They use stories. And it's for us to discover which is the masala and which is the story. And we don't search. Nobody's going to help us out. And from Saraka Salamma, can you take another 10 minutes? And from there, oh, you thought only women folk deities do exist. Let's go to another man. And there was once somebody who did the Agni Pariksha. Who was that? It's not a difficult question. It's inside syllabus. Huh? Sita. But Sita, there was another Agni Pariksha that happened in the Ramayana. You know that? Huh? In Ramayana. Is it okay to go outside the syllabus again? Will you come with me? And this starts again with a thunder. And thunder in Tamil is called Idi. Can you say it, Idi? Idi, Idi, Murangade. Can you try that? If you sit in your sofa, that's what will happen. Take your hands up. Put it up. And stretch it nicely. And whenever somebody is tired, what do we do in India? We massage, right? And this song again is about a massage song. Will you all join me? And it goes, Deva Devarigenni. Okay, good, it's okay. Say la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Because when you use la, is it Gujarati, Kannada, Tamil, Hindi, or beyond language? Yeah. If you just write la 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 la, can it be transferred? That's the beauty of us, right? A lot of times we pass history through our lullabies also, no? And can it be ever written? And la 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 la. For example, can I ask you a question? So what's your name? On a Saturday, Nikhil came to the history lit fest, sat in the third row, nicely leg over leg, and went. Because sometimes the beauty of folk, it comes from the past, and you add the new masala and transfer to the next generation. It's not, and the moment you put the folk into books and put it in the libraries, it becomes sometimes dead bodies, right? Like what they were talking before, music and poetry sits in books and in cupboards. Who gives it life? Oh, come back to our story. And once upon a time, there was somebody who was sent in exile with 2 children. Who was it? Very simple answer. And who were the 2 children? Louder. And who was sitting in the palace doing work on site? And Lava Kusha were very naughty children. How many of you are naughty? How many of you get lost when you are playing? Your parents had to go without Google Maps and search for us. And Lava Kusha was so naughty, right? All the time they were playing with, and sometimes Sita could see them, and Sita had to do other chores. Even in Valmiki Ashram, she did that only. And every time they all both went out, she was like, Beta! Because, and you see when a mother calls for the child, it's not through here, it's like the entire epiglottis and entire uterus comes and she says, where is my love? And, can you all try that? Beta? Go, take a deep breath. Beta? See, I mean that like very nicely. And so Sita once was doing the chores and she had to go to the forest to collect wood. And when she was going to the forest to collect wood, these 2, L and K, were very busy playing kachamacha, 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 kachamacha. And even Valmiki kept a caretaker for both of them. He also outsourced his activities. And the caretaker's job was only looking so that they don't run away so fast. But even if it's caretaker, you fall sleepy, you know. Sleep is very important. And the sleep that comes during work is the best sleep. Classes, best sleep. Office, best sleep. In between office, you go to the washroom and come back. Washroom sleep, no, but nothing can beat. And this person was supposed to take care of Lava and Kush was also like, And Lava and Kush decided that let's go out. Naughty kids. And they closed the door and they went out and started playing. What games did you play when you were a child? Now also we are a child, it's okay. Hide and seek. Imagine Lava Kusha can also play hide and seek. They're also children like you and me. And Lava and Kusha playing hide and seek, hide and seek, hide and seek. And all the stories and all the version, Kusha is the one who gets lost. Not Lava. And Kusha gets lost and Kusha goes so far away. And Lava is like nice little and comes back and sits. Even if you're a twin, you'll have 2 different personalities, right? Psychology. And so Lava came back and started, and this caretaker who was looking open the eye, what will happen to my job? My LinkedIn profile tomorrow? What do I do? And now what do we do? Only Lava is there. And rub the eyes and saw, am I drunk or not? And laptop. Now what do you do when you miss something? And especially you have a deadline in the next half an hour. 80-20 Pareto diagram. How many of us studied one day before the exam? And full all mantra. And G Boomba and created another Kusha 2.0. And now there was Lava and Kusha 2.0. And the caretaker was like, and came running our Kusha 1.0. And now how many children were there? Small problem or big problem? Sita left how many children? And now how many are there? And where is the mother of the 3rd child? Don't ask like that. That's how some tales are. Children automatically come into the world. And now Sita came back. And this caretaker was like, what will she do? What will happen? And he told her, I mean, this is what I did. And she said, okay. Sometimes, a lot of times when you have to tell the truth, we think some 1,000 times. The moments we say the truth, the other person will just say, okay. And Sita said, okay, what's it? Now we have another child to play. Kusha, now how many kids are there? She was so happy now. Now there are 3 children, now not 1 and not 2 and not 3 children. And they all 3 played and played and played and played and played. Don't ask me what is the child's name, because you can keep your own name. And Lava, Kusha, 1 and 2, and they all played and played and played. And like any other story, the story goes back to the mainstream that one time they all went back to the palace to tell Rama the... And they are the ones, they say, used this instrument for the first time in their life. And they call it the Harikatha. Remember Harikatha? And the first Harikatha experiment they say was Lava and Kusha. But if it is Harikatha, it should be Harakatha also, no? Harakatha is Shiva's story. Harikatha got popular more than Harakatha. Come back to our story. And Lava, Kusha, 1 and 2 went and sat in front of Rama and said, oh, and they started the Ramayana entirely. And wait. As per the story, Rama knows that they are his children or not his children. Yes or no? And the news spread, and by the time they finished, Rama did get to know that they were his children. Even if a father sends you far away, a father will track you. And mothers will keep phoning you every day. Fathers might not call us every day, but they will track us by our WhatsApp stories. They will not send us messages, good morning, good evening, good night, like mothers, but they will track us. And Rama knew that these were his children. But the only thing was, how many children did he think he had? But now how many are there? Small problem or big problem? Ayyo. But Rama's Rama. I mean, especially when you're in power, can you show your anxiety? Can you show your disappointment? Tough job profile, right? People in power can't even express an emotion because power is very, very dangerous. The biggest disease in the world, they say, is 3. Money, power, and whatever the third, I want you to think for yourself. I'll leave it to you. And Ram saw this, but he can't tell them this because the news will spread. And so what did Ram do? I have experience in this. All 3 of you undergo the Agni Pariksha. And how many of them? And what was the texture of the Agni Pariksha? On what should they go? Fire, simple. And they all had to walk the fire. Even now, if you go to many places in India, the village panchayat works on the Agni Pariksha model. And Lava had to go, Kusha 1 had to go, Kusha 2 had to go. But Kusha 2.0 passed the test or... But what is pass and fail in life? It's a perception, no? Somebody's pass is somebody's fail, and somebody's fail is somebody's pass. Somebody's success is somebody's failure, somebody's failure is somebody's success. And so this child who walked the fire got burnt in the fire. And when the little Kusha 2.0 got burnt in the fire, the child went up and continued the story, la 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 la. And Ram said, what happened to you? Why are you burnt? And Ram knew this. And Ram said, because in here you say Ram and down we say Rama. And somebody said, no, it's not Rama for us, it's Ram for us. What's in the name? And because Rama, if you reverse, is called Mara. Mara in Kannada means tree. And Ram said, because you got burnt, you shall be called the Black Kusha. And because you can't go and tell who you are to the world, people will come and tell you about their problems. People will come and tell you like you who don't have a lineage or don't have an identity, who don't have a mainstream life, you will become the God for them. And black in Tamil was called Karuppu. Can you say it with me, Karuppu? And the word Devata is called Sami. So Karuppu plus Sami becomes Karuppan Sami. And Karuppan Sami will have not a small sword or not a small blown arrow, but a huge thing called the Aruva. Ede murangade, Karuppan Sami, ede murangade, Tanga kalasam ede. And because Karuppan Sami is black, so when especially you're dark and you have a black cap, you wear gold jewelry. And gold in those times was a way to identify even statues. And you people will keep gold on you. And you will take multiple names. And there are 108 names for this Karuppan Sami. You call him brother, you call him Annan Karuppan Sami, Tambe Karuppan Sami. In the house, Karuppan Sami. Peter Karuppan Sami. Ahmedabad University also will have a Karuppan Sami. Remember in the night when we all go home, somebody guards the space, right? Do we know the name of these guards? We all take buses and flights. Do we all know who brings us safely? But when it makes an accident, we have a problem, right? And everywhere we go, there is a Karuppan Sami who takes care of us when we are not there. There is a Karuppan Sami who is not in Wikipedia. There is a Karuppan Sami who will not be in LinkedIn. But they take care of us when we are sleeping, the story says. Because black can never be identified in the night. And they'll be in the darkness. But when there is an issue, they will come out with this word. They will come with an energy that will take care of all of us. And they don't take care of their sleep. Ede murangade, Karuppan Sami, ede murangade, Kaka vanda Karuppan Sami, Tunga pole. The deity who came to take care of us is not gone to sleep. Kaka vanda Karuppan Sami, Tunga pole, Nanga Tunga Karuppan Sami, Nanga vara Karuppan Sami. And every time you go in the roads of India, these little rocks, little statues will not catch our eyes. And there will be people surrounding it playing cards or having a sutta or just talking gossip. But these are places in which history gets documented to tales. Not one version, multiple versions. When you go there, ask 20 people, you'll get 20 different versions. All of them are right. And some of them will sing. Some of them will not give you references. Because they'll ask you, what is reference? It's our story. If you ask them too many questions, they will laugh and go. Araro, ariraro, arirararo. And every time we end the day, think of all these stories. And when you think of all these stories, you will realize every centimeter in this country is a story that can never be documented. Ariraro, ariraro, arirararo. So. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm just going to talk loudly. Thanks a lot, Vikram. This was fantastic. Round of applause here. round of sessions. It's a bit like the movies. You have a bit of everything. You have a bit of music, drama, science, empires. Tomorrow we have food, cinema, and much more, even business history and so on. So if this has engaged you today, I can assure you that it will engage you tomorrow as well. So see you tomorrow. And for the speakers who are here, there's a dinner being planned. You'll have got an email about the address, and the cabs will take you out there. Thank you so much.
Reading one book by A.K. Ramanujan. So, so
That's a textbook.
yeah, that's a textbook. So they have 22